Hey guys, it's Denise and I have another spider mite video for you. Hey guys, so I'm going to do a very quick video and upload it on YouTube about how to spot spider mites on your succulents, because I have found another plant that has lots of spider mites and you can actually see the damage. I should have noticed this sooner. So hopefully by sharing, you guys can notice it if you see it on your plants. So stay tuned. So in the fall, I just brought this succulent arrangement inside without treating it. It was one of the last ones out there and I just crossed my fingers. So it was okay for a long time, and then I added some sedums that were already kind of having a problem, and they're definitely still having a problem. So what I thought was either just too much water or too much light actually ended up being spider mites. So I'm going to give you a closer look at an infected plant, and we'll take a look at the leaves and how maybe you can see this. So let's look. So I just gave this succulent arrangement a good hosing down in my shower within the last week. So I probably did knock a lot of them off, and I also, if you see the empty section there, I've been pulling parts of this sedum, the pink jelly beans, out because it was just so damaged. I thought, well, better get it out of there. So this is the area where the plants that were infected. There's still here, there, and there some sedums. Now I'm gonna zoom in. I know it's not the best lighting, but I'm trying to do the best I can. I don't know if you guys can see the damage right there. So that is mostly spider mite damage and probably some spider mites that are hard to capture on camera. So what I wanted to point out is, if you can see, it looks like the tiny pores on the plant have been opened up, or like as if this plant had been releasing a ton of salt or a ton of mineral deposits. But it's actually all the little holes that the spider mites are poking into the plant to suck the plant juices out. There's a leaf there that does not look good whatsoever. So that's what these ones look like. They don't, you would never know, like you can't really see anything on there. It wasn't until I pulled one out and really got it under the magnifying glass that I was able to see the movement of the tiny, tiny, tiny little red dots. So I think it'd be best if I showed you the plant that was the most infected that I pulled out, because these are the last ones I've left in there and they really don't look that bad. Okay, so here is the piece of plant that has the spider mites. If you're wondering what I'm using for magnification, just a like dollar store magnifying glass is good enough to see them. You do have to wait for movement, because or else you're going to think everything on your plant is a spider mite. And also, just pro tip, don't breathe while you're doing it or try to hold your breath, because if you blow on your plant, you're going to blow around little pieces of dirt, and the last thing you want is thinking everything is a bug. I've been there, I've done that. You do not want to do that to yourself. So no blowing, wait for movement to make sure it's not just a mark on the plant. You can also poke with something like this, and it will encourage the bug to scamper a little bit. And yeah, use magnification. So I don't really feel like opening this up because I know it has these little tiny bugs on it, but to be honest, guys, they aren't gross. They're just specks that just hurt you. Don't hurt you. They just hurt the plant, not you. So there's nothing gross about it at all. So what I want to point out is the dimpling in the plant, the discoloration that you can see kind of on the tips of it. Now this plant will blush and will get pink, so it was probably one of the reasons why I didn't spot the spider mites on it for so long. So this was also one of the least affected plants. You can see there's some little white things that look like dust. I don't know if that's spider mites or dust, to tell you the truth. So you can see there's tons of little tiny specks and little divots. And also the stem looks pretty gnarly as well. So the little bumps are where they've sucked it, and also there's probably, well, I know there is spider mites crawling around on this because I just saw them. I can only get really up close if I use my hands. I'm hoping you guys can see that. They're so small you can barely even see them moving, but that is what spider mite damage looks like. There's another shot. And the top of it. Your plant will also be sticky too. If your plant can be sticky for lots of reasons, but if it's sticky and you have lots of this going on, you might have mites. So I kind of regret throwing out the pieces that were worse because they were just basically all charred and chewed up at the tips and the top. But I'm kind of glad because now they're out of my house. But it is a little bit hard to show you. I wish my camera could zoom closer. Hopefully I've been able to give you enough of a good idea of what it looks like. I can see these little red specks everywhere now that I know what I'm looking for. But also, again, their damage almost looks exactly like the bug itself. So it is very confusing. So I've got the arrangement in my tub. I'm trying to decide whether I want to treat it or if I want to just toss it. I have other plants that I'm currently treating and I only have so much time, and I also have backups of all of these. So while there are some beautiful plants in here, I have to do a little risk assessment and time management sort of thing in my head, figure out if it's worth it. If you guys want to see how to treat spider mites with alcohol, I do have a video I can link to up above, although I will admit horticultural oil seems to be the best treatment for mites. If you do use horticultural oil, make sure not to put them in any sort of warm temperatures or direct sun, because then they will burn, but I would recommend that. So I don't want to make any rash decisions, so I just sprayed it down with some straight up alcohol for now. I'm just going to let it sit in the tub and figure it out. What do you guys think? Save? Don't save? What should I do? So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope it was able to help someone. I'm going to continue working on my tour videos. I'm just doing the editing, and hopefully I'll have them up really, really soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye!